What is up, Game Crashers friends? It is good to see all of you here. Wanted to do a little cast update, let you guys know what's going on with the channel and with the Twitch channel, with the YouTube channel, and all the channels here, there, and everywhere on the internet. It's been a little while since we did one of these updates, and I have some information to share with all of you, which should be good, funny, informative, and yakety-schmackety and all that good stuff. So first things first, this week of casting is going to be a little bit up in the air because I'm currently working on a lot of projects that have nothing to do with video games in order to keep everything running, to keep the lights on and keep the power, turning and, making sure that I can still bring you guys quality content while being able to pay the rent, as it were. We aren't gonna pay. Whatever. So I have projects that need to be attended to, and then some of the things that I want to work on this week. As you may have noticed, the Robservation episodes have gone a little bit awry, and that has partially to do with my schedule and also to do with the fact that I just have been looking at a couple of the topics that I've been wanting to talk about and having a hard time getting behind some of them because there's been a lot of negative stuff going on, and I kind of want to build some positive stories into the mix and try to put some stuff out there that's really good. So here are a couple of things I wanted to update you guys on. Robservations. First thing, Robservations. So the Robservations have had to be delayed a little bit because of scheduling, because of work that I'm working on that has absolutely nothing to do with video games. I hate to have that happen, but until I am doing this stuff full time, I have to keep my schedule open for stuff that's going to keep the lights on and the rent collectors at bay, as I'm sure all of you are well aware. The next episode of the Robservation will be coming on Wednesday. I'm going to be recording that right after I do this. So there will be a Robservation episode on Wednesday and hopefully another one on Friday. Second thing, press any key. So we did the Nioh last chance trial, and I've been thinking about what else I wanted to do that are kind of like quick looks, kind of like let's plays, kind of like first impression things, which is kind of what Press Any Key has been all about. I've always liked the title of that because it really sets the tone for what the piece is. It's that you're here at the start. We're going to show you a little bit of the game. We're going to give you a couple of our opinions based off of the first, hour or so of a game. And, maybe we'll play through more of it or it'll become a, bigger let's play. Here's a couple of my problems with the format. One, I don't really think that people who watch the Twitch stream are very interested in YouTube-only Let's Plays. Two, I think it needs to be situational. I think the games that we use for the YouTube channel have to make sense for that format, just like the games that I play on the Twitch channel make sense for that format. And third of all, I kind of want to know what you guys want to see in that space. What games would you prefer that I play for the Press Any Keys? Would you prefer I play games that maybe people aren't paying as much attention to? Would is it more of a place for indie titles? Is it more of a place for stuff that, isn't getting noticed? Or, can it be, shorter titles? What I don't really want that to turn into is I don't want it to turn into 40 video long series of one game, because first of all, that's boring for me. Second of all, I think that'll be boring for you guys. And third of all, I just don't really want to do it. It takes a lot of time to record that much video and to edit it and to post it. It takes me away from doing other content that I would want to spend more time doing, like Robservations or like video games in real life, like, going out and finding, cool things that are related to video games out in New York or beyond, and actually making content that feels bigger than just video games, because there's 1,000 sites if there's one that's doing that kind of thing. So I do want to do a couple of YouTube based gameplay videos, but I really want your opinion as to what you want to see that turn into. And then the fourth thing, was that 4 or 3? I think that was 4. So it was Robservation, Press Any Key. No, this was the third thing. Twitch streams. So Twitch streams are also going to be a little bit odd this week because I'll probably do a music cast Wednesday night, and then I will definitely be doing a official Friday night random cast on this Friday, obviously, firing up Nioh for the first time. Nioh, I never get that. Nioh, let's call the whole thing off, shall we? Mayo. I'm going to be firing that up on Friday to try to, see what that's all about. Hopefully play through it and have a good time with it. It looks fucking awesome. Can't wait to try it out. There's also, I think, right after that, what's the game? Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out, which I also want to play on the stream. So those are probably going to be the 2 titles that I spend the most time with. And Yakooza is not going anywhere because I'm absolutely loving that game to death. I really want to finish it. So I will probably be casting Yakooza. Friday night will be the first Nioh cast, and then Saturday and Sunday we'll go back to Yakooza. So that'll be a busy weekend and a busy week of casting for me, but I think it'll be fun for everybody. I'd also like to maybe, instead of doing one more game cast, I'd like maybe to do a music cast on Saturday and start moving into the next piece so that we can get some of these songs done before the spring so I can release this album for you guys. Which leads me to my last thing. And I've mentioned this before, and I know it's complicated, and I keep saying that I'm going to do it, but I also keep holding off and waiting for the right time to do it because I don't want to just thrust this upon you guys. But Patreon and Game Wisp, I will need to get these set up at some point in the near future for multiple reasons. Here's my thing about Patreon and Game Wisp. I've discussed in the past how I feel about donations and supporting casters and supporting streamers and supporting content creators. I am fully aware that like I need to step up my game when it comes to how much content I'm putting out. I definitely am putting out the minimum amount required by Twitch and YouTube law, and I definitely want to increase the amount of stuff that I'm delivering to you guys, and I also want to increase the range of stuff that I'm doing, which is, you know, which would include music videos and also non-video game related Robservations. For anybody who I haven't explained this before, the Robservation as it stands now on GCTV is very video game focused, and it's very one camera in this space, doesn't move around a lot. What I'd like to do is I'd like to move the Robservation eventually, once we sort of figure out what it is, what the you know, the framework of that is. I would love to move it into a bigger space on my personal channel and turn it into basically a like something that I'm doing while mobile. So it's not just me in here in one space shooting stuff into a camera. That would be, you know, very familiar for the stuff that I'm doing here on this channel with regards to games. But what I would like to do is expand it to video game technology, music technology, and you know, sort of observations about New York City, and maybe, you know, other stuff in other places that I go to, like when I take a trip to Iceland, or when I, you know, will be going to Copenhagen in a couple of months. You know, I kind of want to build it out into a bigger segment, because there's so much that goes on in the world, and there's so much that goes on just in my backyard here in New York City, that I could make a ton of content just based on that stuff alone. And when you're limiting yourself just to video games, while there is I think there is a space for that, to have a Robservation that's focused solely on video games, I'd love to include that into a bigger narrative of Robservations, which include Robservations about New York City, about food, culture, nightlife, you know, living in New York City, living in a big city, living in a place that's, you know, incredibly culturally diverse and has a lot of stuff and a lot of people going on in it, and the music of the city and the lifeline of the city and the lifeblood of the city, and how that impacts me and my, you know, feelings about video games and, you know, music and technology and where the world is going and where the city is going. I think that's something that would be interesting, because it's not just about my opinions on those things, but also my observations, and sharing those observations with you, people who may live in New York City, who may not live in New York City, and sort of, you know, seeing what you guys think about all of that, and if there's, you know, a relation there, if we're completely on different sides of the you know, of the space on a certain topic, and, you know, just sort of examining our world, which I think is something that's worth, you know, taking a look at. I think, you know, it's not really like investigative journalism, but it's more like when I see things that interest me, that pique my curiosity about something, I want to share it with you guys. And unfortunately, if I'm just shooting things in this box in my apartment, then it's not really serving the full needs of the platform that I'm trying to make. That being said, I don't want to ditch video games altogether. And then the second half of that is music, and, you know, creating a space for my work and showcasing my work and sharing it with you guys, and rewarding people who support me by, you know, getting music out to you guys, and working on stuff on the stream and taking requests for music, and, maybe doing like 30-second, little clips for people who support me via Patreon or Game Wisp or things like that. And we can sort of figure that out as I build all that stuff out. But the problem with keeping everything limited to video games is that it doesn't necessarily fulfill all of the things that I'm trying to do with my Twitch platform or my YouTube platform. And also expanding it allows me to offer you guys more stuff when I do, in fact, go to a Patreon Game Wisp model. And I hope to share all that stuff with you guys when that happens. So basically, in summation, everything that's happening right now, it's a lot of back and forth between my job and my interests and the things that I am interested in spending more time doing. I have always considered myself a musician and a photographer, and doing videography and making videos, while it's not new for me, it's something that I want to expand my horizons and my ability on, because I feel like, first of all, I feel like we have a good rapport here when it comes to stuff that I want to share with you guys and the way that you guys respond to it. I think I appreciate it every time, a video is posted or a Twitch stream goes up. I love seeing you guys comment. I love seeing you guys respond to things and tell me what I'm doing great, and, give me hell when I'm doing something not exactly up to quality or up to snuff. And I want that to continue. So basically, I'm asking you guys, tell me what you like, tell me what you want to see more of, and let me know if I'm doing the right thing, and if you want to support that, because I definitely want to give you guys content that's entertaining, that's fun, that puts a smile on people's faces, that informs, that that shares my view of the world with other people, and learn about other people's viewpoints, and do it in a safe, fun, exciting, evolving environment. So that's kind of some of where I'm coming from with this channel, with my personal channel, and with my Twitch stream and music streams. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be fun. I hope you guys will stick with me as I continue to figure out what all this stuff is. I mean, and I've said this before, but the hardest part about doing all of this is that I've moved from a system where I was dealing with a type of content that was specifically focused on a group of people putting out video game content like every week, articles, podcasts, stories, news articles. That formula is very fixed and almost at this point very archaic. It still works in a, sorry, I got something on my nose. It still works for some environments, but now I've really realized that where things are going, it's about me, it's about my content, it's about my personality and basically my content that I want to put out to you guys and share with you guys. And in order to do that, I have to be focusing on the stuff that I want to share with you guys, which is music, video games, and culture, and and sort of that local culture, international culture, and sort of my place in this weird and wacky world. And for years I've written stuff down in journals, and I've put things, put pen to paper, and thought about stories and wanted to tell things. And the truth is that I'm not necessarily sure that what I do is any more interesting or exciting than what anybody else is doing. But I feel like if we can put something in a cool forum where I get to share my thoughts and opinions about stuff with you, and you can, fire away and, bring stuff back and have a discussion about this crazy world we live in. That's a good thing. Making a strong community, making a cool place to talk about the stuff that we love: video games, music, nerd culture, geek culture, food, technology, basically just the goings on in the world at large. And I can't wait, and I'm excited. I'm incredibly excited to keep working on this stuff, and can't wait to see what's coming next. So with that, I look forward to sharing more information with you in the coming weeks about what's going on the channel and here on the YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys' support. If you like what's going on, I hope you'll like the video. I hope you'll subscribe. Hope you'll stick around and see what's coming next. And also, I suggest checking out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/GameCrashers, and follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/GCDarksideRob. I'm going to let you guys know what I'm working on, what's coming down the pike, and basically, everything that it's causing my head to spin on a daily basis, because boy, oh boy, is there a lot going on. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited, and I will be talking to you all in the near future. I will probably see you guys next on the Randomcast tomorrow night. That is January. It's not January. It's February. We'll start the cast around 8 p.m. I think that'll be a good time to start. It all depends on when I get done with my work. But I would look forward to seeing you guys there. Until then, keep playing those video games. Stay safe, everybody. Be good to each other. Until then, keep playing those video games. Stay safe, everybody. Be good to each other as always. And have a good night, everybody. Peace out.